Hi guys, welcome to Panda Gaming, and sorry, so sorry there's no battle report again because of COVID and we can't get together. We were supposed to be getting together for a couple of games, but that friendly bubble got reduced to one day and now we're busy with family and stuff, so we couldn't get to do it. So we were planning on bringing some more battle reports, and we will bring them back as soon as we possibly can, so don't forget to subscribe and you won't miss one. So what I intend to do to show that we're still an active channel is just pop some content up there for you, and really I was thinking that maybe you'd like to join me with my alone time. So just basically I've got lots of hobbying to do and it's the holidays, so join me in my ivory tower as I put some bits and pieces together. You might appreciate it. It's kind of like me joining you when you're doing your hobbying, hopefully. So let's see how we get on. Yep, it's Boxing Day, all is quiet. I'd love to be doing a battle report with these guys, but due to COVID and COVID restrictions, I can't. So we are in Studio A, and yeah, Christmas haul. I'll show you that in a minute. And yeah, it's all quiet. I'm really kind of disappointed. We were supposed to be getting together for a couple of games over Christmas, but that free period of bubbles and things was reduced to nothing, so we weren't able to, and it really kind of knocked my duck off a little bit, to be honest. But here we are, Boxing Day. I'm up in my Studio A, my little hobby space, my little safe space, and we are going to, I've got an awful lot of hobbying to do, so hopefully over this holiday period where the void between Christmas and New Year, I can get some hobbying done. And what I'll do is I'll try and film a bit, see how it gets on. We've got a good friend called Say Hi Paul who does hobby vlogs all the time, so big shout out to that big fella, miss you. And yeah, let's have a look at what I'm up to now. So basically, that is the horrible side of a double-sided battle mat, and the reason it's the horrible sides up at the moment is because it's covered in glitter. Because one of the bonuses of having a 6 foot by 4 foot table is you've got a big space to wrap presents. The only downside is it gets covered in glitter. So yeah, you probably can't see it. Oh, there's a bit, little bits of glitter and shiny stuff. So I never use that side, so that's why I took. But yes, if you ever need an excuse for a 6 by 4 permanent table, you can wrap presents up on Christmas. Loads of storage. Okay, so over to my desk. So what am I currently doing? Well, I've literally just finished this fella off. A Dow Fay with SMG, bursting out of camo, so probably one of the most useful ones out of the Karlstrom box, because who doesn't want a camouflage Splitfire bursting out of camo? 2 foot range, nice. And on my hobby desk I've got the rest of the Karlstrom box included, and some of the Beyond, including Adele himself, and a few other bits and pieces. So I want to get those 6 finished first. Before I do anything else, those 6 models are going to get done first. Ujak, he's done. Bit of a 3D printed spaceship in the background, which I really would like to get done, because I want to do some nice big terrain for that. I think it'd be a nice piece for a table. That's going to involve that, so it's going to come to a skidding to a halt and give a bit of cover and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we'll see. That's the plan anyway, but whether it comes to fruition, I don't know. Lots of stuff. Also, what I bought over Christmas, not too easy holding a camera one-handed, with only one hand. I've got loads of bits of scenery, 3D printed scenery from a guy called Wonky Head 3D printed scenery. I'll post a link. And lots of big stuff. Look at that, lovely 3D printed panel crates and stuff. There's some in here that opened. Moon. That's no moon. Yes, it is a moon. Lots of servers and things like that. This was for the panic room. Now we were discussing that inside a panic room we really need lots of scenery, so I went out and bought quite a bit, consoles and chairs and seats and lots of little bits. So I want to get these painted because yeah, nice big bits of scenery to hide behind. Also, they'll come in as scatter terrain on a spaceship table that we are starting to put together, because we want the spaceship, because the ITS-12 is going to go in space and cold weather. So I've got the cold weather one done, and this really is going to be great scatter terrain for a spaceship interior, which is one of these. So I've got an infinity mirror, and the hang on, let me just put this down. So I've got an infinity mirror, button on it somewhere. Woo, go, it falls a long way down. So an infinity mirror and a bit of, this is the mega turbine from TT Combat, and you've got to have pathways over a massive drop to have an epic battle on. So that's going to be for the interior spaceship. So it's just going to get sprayed silver or something like that, or grey, maybe a dark grey, maybe a dark grey. And that should look cool with the lights turned on. It should give a 3D effect to the table when we put that together, so that should be pretty awesome. Again, I'll pop this downstairs. Oh, sorry, making you a bit sick. Also got a few more bits to go with the scenery inside. So that's for that. Let me swap hands. There we go. As you can see, the proper chaos that is my studio, eh? What else? Okay, yeah, so my thoughts are, so now he's done, apart from the direction markings, I'm going to get on with those, see how I get. I want to paint a couple. I'm going to try and get them knocked out as soon as I can. What I do is I do the airbrushing bit on in a massive batch. It's more efficient that way because it takes longer to clean an airbrush out than it does to actually use it. So I generally do loads at a time. So they're all airbrushed and inked, ready to go for the detail. So what else? Anything else? No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, let's show you what I got for Christmas. Right, not a bad haul for Christmas. I have a box full of stuff, and first out of the box I've got some dice. I do like to have faction dice, and I do have a Shazvasti army. Most of them are old miniatures, but they will do as proxies. They're all painted up, so that's cool. But yeah, I've got some faction dice. I do like faction dice, the right numbers, and these are purple and should show up on camera pretty well. So that's them. Talking about Shazvasti, I have the Hydux, the multi-sniper rifle carrying his own wall. So that's I'm looking forward to that. It has a chunky bit of wall there, isn't it? Yeah, he's cool. We have Mentor. I do like these new sculpts, so they are a lot nicer to put together. 2 pieces. Look at that gun, that's lovely. But yeah, my Mentor shock marksman rifle. That is just glorious. And of course, HVT. Love this model. This is really nice. I'm getting quite a collection of HVTs though, but this is a lovely model of a HVT. So with a ball of doom or whatever it is. But yeah, it's gorgeous. That cloak's going to paint up really nice. Cool. And here's one I wasn't expecting. The Zulu Cobra with the jammer. And this was a present from Stormshroud. Now, he knows how much I hate jammers, so I think he feels guilty. I think this is just a guilt thing. So I can kind of use a jammer against him and feel the joy or pain or whatever side you're on. But yeah, I hate jammers, so looking forward to using this one because I haven't actually got one. So I'll paint him up, use him once and probably not like it. No, I'll probably love it to be honest and get loads more jammers. But yeah, it's for some reason he wants me to have a nice powerful Panda army. More fool him. Well, cheers, Stormshroud. And of course, I've got some stuff from Santa. they said from Santa, so it's definitely from Santa. Blue Wolf Cavalry for my using. Lovely model, this one. Really, really impressed. So yeah, one tag. Another tag from Santa. Santa likes tags. So cutter from a pano, and this is lovely as well. I need an aquatic table, really, with water and stuff on it. That would be cool. Might have to do that one day, like a harbour type. Harbour, yeah, that'd be cool. A harbour table, that'd be nice. And of course, Santa is Ace. Another one. Look at that. But yeah, I've already got the old Sphinx, but now I've got the new Sphinx, and this model, oh, absolutely fabulous. I've been and had a look at the bits already. What I'll do is I might do some more blogs later and kind of show you how this one goes together and that kind of thing, because this one, ooh, looking forward to building this one. Thank you, Santa. And of course, got to get the rest of them. A few more Shazvasti. So Shazvasti is back up to strength. Nice. Shazvasti. I do like Shazvasti. They are so much fun. They're so alien. If you've got any hints and tips of how to use Shazvasti and which units are the best and what have you, pop some comments below so I can have a read and learn from you guys. That would be nice. And finally, sustenance, so I can keep building them and stay up here and do them. But yeah, really pleased with my Christmas haul. And because I always tell people what I want, I get what I want for Christmas. Yay! Okay, so tonight's product is going to be a dill. A dill my here we go. Come on, focus. 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 There we go. So tonight's product is going to be a dill. And like I said, I airbrushed them all first. So you can see the dark from underneath and green from above. And yeah, so I've been looking at where his cloak is and where his where the armour is. And working out which bits are going to be grey, and because these guys are from Karlstrom, I've been putting bits of white on, so really I'm trying to work out where the white goes. And as you can see, I've missed a little bit of a burr there on his back of his arm. Well, it's not too bad because that's where his coat's going to go, so that's going to be grey anyway, so I'm going to paint over that. Biggest problem about being one-handed and modelling is burrs and mould lines and that kind of thing. Mould lines are not too much of a problem on Corvus Belly stuff because they're quite well, but the burrs are sometimes in horrible places. And it's just one of those things I sometimes have to live with, unfortunately. You get little bits of burr stumps and things sticking out on my models. I just can't get to them. I can't hold the model and file and all that kind of stuff at the same time, so sometimes I have to do the best I can. But there, I'm not going to whinge. But yeah, Adil, he's a lovely model, isn't he? Well armoured. And I'll see how far I got on with him. So check back in a little bit, see how I've got on. Okay, so I've done Adil. I've done his cloak and his trousers, or his coat and his trousers, not the furry bit around his head. That's just had a bit of basically grey on it. And the trousers are gone alright. It's a nice colour. I quite like the dark grey, but it also matches his trousers. And yeah, I don't think I like it his trousers that colour, because when I did the Zanshi, these guys, I did it with a light grey hood and dark trousers, and I think that looks so much better. So there we go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to repaint his jacket, because sometimes you paint something and you think, no, I'm not so keen, so you have to do some repainting. So it is what it is. I'll just kind of go over it, because I don't think his dark jacket and his black and his dark grey trousers, especially when they touch, I think that can look a lot better. So I'm just going to wait for that ink to dry, and then I'll go over it with a lighter grey. Also dropped him already, that's why his sword's bent and peeled. That's going to be a pain, especially if I transport him. Anyway, check back in a bit. Okay, so sometime later, here he is. Ideal. I've done a light grey on his coat. Now he's a little bit more man of a people. I'm going to put some white somewhere, so I've got to kind of work out where to put the white. Probably on the shoulder pads, because it kind of works on Shazvasti. So put a bit of white on there just to kind of winter him up a bit. I think that's a little bit better. A little bit more different colour on it. The dark trousers, mostly covered up by green armour, mine, but yeah, the light jacket's much better. So yeah, that worked. That was worth it. A little bit more time, but it's oh well. And I've inked it with a watered down nun oil over the top just to get in the creases and things. But I had to water it down because neat nun oil was too dark for the light grey. But yeah, coming on. Let's see what else I can get. Okay, so focus. Come on, focus, focus. Focus on this. Focus. There we go. So, as you can see, I've put some white on the shoulder pads, and I think that makes him look a lot better. Focus. So, really pleased with the way they come out. Now, I'm thinking about putting white all over the place, but I think that little bit of white will do, but I need a third bit of white, I think. So, what I thought was, when I was chucking some black on his gun, is to do some white panels on the gun, which I did on some of the pano. Just bear with me, I'll show you. Just 2 seconds. And a back. And a back. So, see, these guys have got snowy bases and things. These are in winter, so I thought about putting some white panelling on the gun, like that. Bit of camo on the gun. So I think I might do that on this gun as well, to give me that third point of white, because things look better in thirds. Not exactly happy with his face yet, so I've still got some work to do on that. It's coming together. Yeah, slowly but surely it's coming together. Keep doing a bit and a bit and a bit and a bit. It's still Boxing Day. Hey. Right, so let's see how I get on. Nope, that did not work. The white on the gun did not work. Okay, back to the drawing board. Okay, so I'm calling him done now. As you can see, that looks better, doesn't it, rather than that horrible white. So yeah, it's not fantastic, but it's there. It's there. So the gun looks better. Not 100% happy with his face, but from 2 foot away it looks fine. The light grey looks great on the coat. Yeah, that'll do. Quite nice bases. Focus. The green looks good. Good dark all the way through. Yeah, I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but from 2 foot away, it don't look too bad. Plus, he looks down a bit, so it shouldn't be too bad. Focus. Thank you. But yeah, it's not too bad. Should have painted him a while ago for the Jungle Shogun, but Kodali kind of got my attention. But yeah, he's done now. Just put the lines on him, and that's another model painted for Bangkok for Boxing Day. So model a day. Well, a week's worth. Right, so join me for the next one. Let's see how we gotta get on with that one. Okay, it's the day after Boxing Day, and they're coming on nicely. So they're up there to give me motivation to get the others done. And if I can find it, today's one is Yang Kuo, long quote from the Beyond Colstrom box. I'm going to try and get her done today, which will be nice. Also want to kind of put together a model, and obviously it's going to be this one, because it's lovely thin bits and gubbins. But look at this, look at that for a close combat weapon. Didn't save me on that Jungle Showdown one, but geez, that is a big sword. Relative, obviously it's not as big as my finger, but relative. Some more gubbins on his foot. I don't know whether to replace that or not. Something else. Don't know, but yeah, let's build him today as well. Takes me a while, but it's not a little bad one. I think I've got a better base than that. I'm not a fan of these ones. So pack of 2130. Make sure you put all the right bits. Focus. There we go. Looking forward to seeing that one built. It won't be painted, but let's get it built anyway. Also, today, jerry-rigged a professional phone stand so I can film better, because yesterday it wasn't that good. And as I said, it's I think it's Sunday today. Yeah, so that's my bit of a jerry-rig. Very professional, I know. Can't help it at times. Have a bit of a tidy up, and let's get Yanquo, whatever her name is. I'll look her up in a bit. Let's get her done and see how we get on. Okay, so obviously I started with what excited me most, and it's the Sphinx. So I've fettled it as best as I can, because one-handed, what can you do? So it's been fettled, let's get rid of these. And yeah, it's such a nice, intricate model. I'm never going to do it the justice it deserves, but anyway. So, but a couple of things I did notice while I was doing the fettling and dry fitting, because you always need to do a dry fitting. I can't emphasise that more. Never just put glue on and give it a go. I noticed, oh, what's this bit? This is an arm, and I thought, oh no, Cobby's belly. You put it. You split an arm into two, and kind of like used to do that kind of thing all the time. So I've got a shoulder and a forearm, and then I've got the flamer by the looks of things. And I thought, oh no, it's just it's long and thin. No, actually, it goes on the other way. So yeah, there's two ways. Plus, when you actually do put it together, it is a lovely snug fit. And yes, look at that. I don't think they could have actually made that in one piece. Not as nice as that. But that will go together lovely. Hopefully, I'm not going to pin it because it's faffy. And if you drop them, they explode anyway. So I fully intend not to drop it anyway. But that's really nice. The other big thing I noticed is you've got your body. I was looking at the body and looking at how the legs go on. So it's upside down and back to front and that kind of thing, but it kind of goes on like that, if you can see. But then you can see a little bit of a notch there. If it focuses, just there where my finger is, there's a little bit of a notch. Now, putting the other leg on, there's going to be a bit of a difficult if I do one leg at a time. So I figured out you actually got to put the legs together first, using that little notch I pointed out. So when you build this thing, let's see, it's easier said than done. So when you build this thing, come on, here we go, the right place. So when you build this thing, it goes together like that first, then it goes onto the body. So that's what I figured out, is you've got to put the legs together first, then stick it under the body. And that's the only thing the only way you can figure that kind of thing out is if you do a dry fit and figure out what order to put the bits together in. So it's always worth spending an extra 5-10 minutes with all the parts, making sure, seeing what order they go into. So that's the first thing I want to do, is stick the legs together, and probably that arm and maybe the head. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing first. So, and this might even get some paint. So join me back in, well, it'll be instant for you. Okay, several a little bit later. I've got some base coats on her. The dark grey underneath and the light grey coat, because I'm, as I learned yesterday, it's probably the best thing to do. Not exactly happy with the coat. Hopefully the kind of thin down non-oil will kind of like bring it back to life again, but at the moment she just looks like a bit of a mad lab technician. But she'll come back, I'm sure. A little bit of colour. Now, really disappointed with a certain part. Okay, if we can focus, There we are. So just there, where the shoulder meets the neck, I don't know if you can see it. I've got some super glue overspray. So just there, got some super glue where it's oversprayed, glued out and splooged out. It doesn't look very good. Hopefully I can do something about that. Not sure what colour the mask's going to be. Think of a better way of doing this. Not sure what I'm going to do the mask with. I'm thinking maybe a gloss black. I think that might look cool. Also the sword. The sword's supposed to be a double, an AP double action close combat weapon. So it needs to be something a bit special. And I was watching Star Wars Solo, and Paul Bettany's character, I forget his name, had some knives with like a red edge to them. A glowy red edge, so I might give that a go, see what that looks like. Might come out completely messy, but I thought I'd give that a go, see if we can get that done. So that's that. And I've also got, if you can see down here, the first couple of, gingerly move them, first couple of sub assemblies for the Sphinx. I can't say how important it is to actually do sub assemblies and let them dry. So if you're a veteran, you kind of know this kind of stuff, but if you're new at building these things, build a few sub assemblies, let them dry, leave it. Patience, Padawan. And patience is the key, because if these aren't dry, when you start forcing them into the body, they'll just snap apart and you've got to start again. So let them dry, ideally overnight, but I'm going to try and do that later on this afternoon. But yeah, the first couple are together. I'm going to do another couple of sub assemblies, and I think then it's just a case of putting the whole lot together. So yeah, that's the first two done. I'll do a couple more, get them out of the way, and try and let them dry as much as I can before I start wedging them together all in one go. So yeah, patience, got to let them dry. Oh, and I've had about 4 hobnobs so far. Those hobnobs are not going to see the day out. Okay, so done a bit more. The watered down non-oil, it's not made a fantastic job, but it looks a bit better. I've gone for a lighter brown on the hair than the kind of like shop photos. Focus. I wish I could do this actually. There we go. So there we go. So a lighter brown. And it's a brown wash on top of that, and I'll do a dry brush of a light colour in a minute. But yeah, she's coming together nicely. I've got some white to do once all the washes are drying. So the washing stage done, and I thought it'd be nice to have some hash markings on the base. So she's running down the actual hash marking. So why not? She's supposed to be really good. I'm going to have a go at putting the edge on this blade as well next, so hopefully I'll show you that. So the wash bit's done on Quo, and Sphinx wise, gently pick it up. I've stuck the arm to the body. The reason I've stuck the arm to the body is because they are the two biggest bits, and I could clamp these together without too much trouble. Once it's together, try and put a large item onto another large item. Once it's all together, it's a bit of a pain. I wish I could get this to focus properly. Right, so that's together, and it's reasonably together. So well, next stage for this one is I'm going to dig out a base. Now, better painters than me don't base them before they paint them, but I'm not a good painter. So tabletop sand is as good as I get. So this is going to get a base. well, this isn't because this is the body, but the legs are going to get a base. I think that's the next stage for this. So I'm going to dig out a new base in my bit box, and yeah, let's get the legs stood up at least. And I'm about 6 hobnobs down this time. Not many left. Okay, so I just randomly thought I might as well show you my basing box. It's an old hobby case that is full of all kinds of weird stuff, bits and pieces for bases. But this is the one that I was looking for. 40mm, just a plain base, because he's got his own gubbins on his foot, which I might go over that, and I might see if I can put something else on this base as well. So it's just a resin thing off eBay, nothing spectacular. But yeah, this is my basing box. Lots of bits and pieces. Bags of resin bases. Square bases. 20mm square bases. Points for telling me where they're from. Alright, and they're the ones that go in on the using at the moment. Again, off eBay. Pretty inexpensive. Just kind of get them off eBay, get a bag of them. Nice to get a bag of design with different sizes, just for different round one. I could do with that. Wondered where that went. Yeah, so bits and pieces, mostly from 40k days. But every now and again, when you find a kind of bit, some gubbins that look good on a base, I just chuck them in here. So when I can root about and get some good stuff, just general gubbins, just general stuff. This is good. This plastic I-beam. I always like that looking stuff on bases. In fact, I'll keep that out. That'll come in handy. Right, so just a quick interlude into my box of ramble gubbin stuff. Okay, so I thought I'd show you this bit. So I've left that on the bottom of the legs, the little tab, a round tab. And I don't use drills when I'm going into resin, because resins are very soft. So what I do is I use a screwdriver. So this is an IKEA screwdriver, not a lot, but it's ideal for me. And these drills with the hex ends, I can get them B&Q and Boys and things like that. So again, relatively inexpensive, and they'll last forever because we're only going through resin and plastic through them anyway. So yeah, I just use one of these. And the beauty about this hex stuff is you can see where we're going. We're going here. So first pilot hole, and because it is so soft, I can hold it in my clamp. So you might not be able to do this because you lot have got fleshy fingers. So don't try this at home. See how easy that is when you haven't got fingers. Come on, there's got to be an advantage somewhere for me. And you don't need a proper drill at all, do you? Whee. There we go, job done. Easy peasy. Lemon wants it. So that goes in there, that goes in there. Just got to glue that down and let it dry. So let me show you. Easy peasy. Just got to let it dry and it will have a good bond there. Not too sure about the high heels, but I thought the Marut only had that one. Right, so I'll glue that in and I'll show you a little bit later on. Okay, so we've done some more work. I've done the dry brush on the hair, that looks fantastic. The black, come on, focus. The black on the face mask, that'll look great once it's nice and shiny. The base is starting to look nice. I'm happy with that. Bases and faces. The only thing I'm not happy with, if I can focus in, is the sword. And it's got, yeah, it just looks like it's edged in pink. Don't like it. It's gonna have to change. Don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I think I'm gonna start again from scratch. A nice bright looking shiny blade, I think, rather than a dull steel one. I think that might look better. It certainly looked better than that. So yeah, disappointed with the pink. So that's going to have to go back to the drawing board. Sphinx build. Okay, we've got the head on the body. If you can see it down here, if I can move it slightly. So the head's on the body. That glues on fantastically, and the arm that's in two pieces is glued on there, nice and fragile like. So that's the big bit of the body, and once this is glued to the legs, then I'll put the back bits on the sword and the two stealth fin things. It makes it look insect-like. And the base, stuck some girder on there to kind of go with the gubbins it's got, and it glued on quite nicely. So hopefully that will I'll get the legs glued on in a second or two. I think I'm going to have a cup of coffee, and I think I'll let the arms dry on this one a little bit more before I start pushing and pulling and prodding and things, because what will happen is I'll just go poof, and I'll have to start all over again, which I don't like doing. And I've got 3 hobnobs left on the hobnob count. Right, I think I should be able to get this Jinko, yeah, whoever she is with the multi-rifle. I think she'll definitely get finished today, so that'd be cool. Get me back in a bit. Okay, I'm going to call her done. Also Jinko. So Jinko's done, quite like the shiny black face mask that's come on. In focus. The sword's basically just a silver now. Now what I might do is, when I've got a few swords to do, I might crack out the airbrush and do one of those kind of like power sword type airbrushing effects. But again, I'm going to do them on mass if I'm going to do them at all. So for the moment it's just silver. I got rid of the dodgy pink edge to it. Didn't work. Loving the white on the cloak. It looks less like a lab coat now. It's got bits of white on it, and it matches the rest of the armour quite nice. The base, really happy with the base. So yeah, she's not come out too bad at all. Let's have a look at her stats in a second and see how she stacks up. Well, yeah, quite pleased with that. And another one done. So that's another one done. And yeah, okay, it's not brilliant. I'm never going to win any painting prizes, but tabletop standard, definitely tabletop standard. So she's going to look great from that far away. So yeah, that'd be cool. I'm quite pleased with that. Jinko, or just the quo. Right, I digress. And of course there's this big fella who's got his legs on. He's lovely. Look at that. So I've got a bit of filling to do. Really not much. There's a little bit around his butt crack, but very little filling to do. I'm really pleased with the way they go together. Covers belly, you've done it. You've got a wonderful job there. Now, as you can see, he hasn't got the back fins on or the sword because there's quite a lot of detail there. And putting those back fins on and that sword, it's going to cover them up. So for now, I think I'm going to go semi-professional painter and kind of leave them off and paint them separately and glue them on afterwards, because I think it just covers up too much detail around the back. It's going to be too awkward to get to. So I'm going to leave them off for a while. I've done a dry fit and they fit lovely, so there's not going to be any problems there. But yeah, look at the size of him. He's a big boy. Invisible tag. Oh yes, very pleased. going to look so nice. But yeah, well, I hope it goes together for you as easy as it's gone together for me. Just remember to do your sub-assemblies and you'll not have any problems. Okay, so that's a couple of days worth of my hobbying. Thank you for getting this far. I hope you found it entertaining and informative, maybe. I'll probably do some more, see how we get on. But you don't want too long in, so I thought half an hour or so. Yeah, again, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll get some battle reports up very soon. And drop us any comments that I've made or any hints and tips that you might have that you can share to the rest of the community. Yeah, and happy hobbying, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. It all helps to keep us motivated and raises the profile of our channel and Infinity the game, bringing it to a wider audience. And don't forget, if you're so inclined, you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you.